In terms of the Triple Crown accomplishment that SGA was able to put forth, obviously winning regular season MVP, finals MVP, and being the scoring champ, where does that put him in all-time player rank conversations?
Oh, he's top
Perk, I'll
75.
start with you.
Somebody got to move over. Somebody got to
Eh,
move over. He's top
Facts.
People
70.
people aren't gonna like this. He's top 50 to me.
Oh, well, shit. Take it
In
there.
this day and
Oh,
age, here we go. Because and you guys know this, to be a scorer like that, most of the time you need to be a ball dominant guy. In this day and age, that doesn't work. Somebody who shoots bad field goal percentage but gets a lot of points most of the time does not equate to winning and being that dominant. For him to have led the league in scoring and his team to still be the best defensive team and him to not be a dud on defense and actually be a leader on that end too is people don't understand the ask. It's not like you ask him to go, oh, here, guard the best defender and give us 20. They're like, no, play elite number one defense and average 35 fucking points.
On
It's
50% shooting. On
people, you
50%
don't
shooting.
understand how hard that
for three
is.
for three straight seasons. It's
You
only
don't.
him and MJ that's sitting at that table for us at the shooting guard position that done it 3 or more seasons in their career. MJ did it 5. Jordan did
Whew.
it 5, where he averaged over 30 and shot 50% from the field. Here's the thing. Let me tell you, this all I needed to hear, right, to solidify what I've been saying or what we've been saying about SGA. Sam Presti, one of the most hard-nosed fucking general managers you could come around. Great guy, but when it comes down to discipline, culture, he comes from that San Antonio background, works his ass off. He got up on Scott Van Pelt and he said SGA makes me work harder. I said, what the fuck? He said SGA makes me work harder. Sam Presti is a guy with no shortcuts. I played under Sam Presti. I know how he runs his organization, right? I know. And guess what? For these guys to buy in, and I'm gonna tell you how I know SGA is bought in. KD, one of the reasons, right, that he left Oklahoma City. You remember when Braun had that fucking what
Witness.
was
Witness poster.
that yes, when KD won the MVP, Nike wanted to do the same thing. Sam Presti told him it had to be at least 25 to 35 miles away from the arena. We're a team first organization. SGA just won the MVP. Was it a SGA post outside that fucking arena? Do you
No.
hear SGA fucking complaining about it? Fuck no. He don't give a fuck. He just want to win. He want to hoop. They have established a culture. It's a perfect marriage. We're watching out of this small big three because they still got some growing to do. And SGA, Chet Holmgren, and fucking J Dub is what Sam Preston wanted KD, Russ, and James to be, right? But they wanted their freedom, right? And I don't, we ain't gonna dive into the personal life, but we know James. James want to have his life. He want to go out. He want to kick it. So be it. You can enjoy the fruits of your labor. You put in the work. You put in the numbers. KD wanted more freedom for us being able to get on social media, be more vocal. Okay, cool. But now all of a sudden you got these three guys who don't fucking do a damn thing but think about basketball. They don't give a damn. They're not complaining about being in the city of Oklahoma. And SGA fucking is the best player in the world. I don't give a damn what nobody says. He proved that you could win a championship without having to rely on the 3-point shot. I'm,
Okay. Listen, well, that was Perk's full rant. I'm going to push back. Uh, I was going to push back a little bit on the best player in the world, but I do
okay.
want to give, but I do want to give a comparison of how Jokic, and it took a while for basketball people to really appreciate their fans, not players, not people. We would be like, you don't know how good this dude is. You don't know how we said it, and then all of a sudden, a couple MVPs, but people are arguing over the MVPs. I was like, can we just look at this dude's been number one or number two in the league for the last 6 years, and then now slowly but surely people start to appreciate his game. They start to like, okay, we see what makes him unique and different. And I think this was the first time for people, the first time they watched Shai, maybe the first time they saw Steph in 14, 15 of like, yeah, but okay. And it's like, no, he's going to come back next year stronger, more confident. His group's going to be more confident. Like those dudes, they're built different in OKC.
Channing is just chomping at the bit to the other side of this. So I'm going to ask one more question about OKC and Shea, and then we'll move on to the Indiana Pacers. I do have a question. Obviously, so much is tied to measuring success based off of winning. There's a lot of talk right now about ring culture. There's a lot of talk about, obviously, rings just in general. When you look at a guy like SGA with what he accomplished this season, and you think of guys that haven't won a ring on that top 75, top 50 list, guys like a Carmelo, Allen Iverson, does Shea pass them?
He's too young for that, right? We have to, like, his trajectory is above that. It's the truth. His trajectory is above them. His trajectory is above Damian Lillard right now. His trajectory is above Carmelo. That's if we say he incrementally gets better every year, and you look at the stability of his organization, that is also a huge plus. Where Melo has gone to Denver, there was some instability there. Went to New York, there was some instability there. And also, you look at how he's doing it. He's doing it against the grain. So what's going to happen if he adds another piece to that? What if he adds, let's say he makes, I don't know, let's say he makes 3 threes next year. Let's say he makes 3 threes a game. So you're telling me this dude's now going to average 37 points a game? 38 points a game? Like, that's what's crazy about his trajectory. And oh, let's not talk about his teammates, because this is the worst version of Chet Holmgren we'll ever see. You know, like the best version of these guys are yet to be seen. 23, 25, 24. Like, what? They're still babies. There are dudes in college who are 26. And these dudes are NBA championships at 23. And so now it goes, oh, we need to double team Shea. Well, we can't because they got Chet and J-Dub. So, like, I think his trajectory is wild. Is wild.
Anything else to add?
Yep.
We're good? Yeah.
Real quick,
Yeah.
y'all, let's have a conversation. Sam Presti has great business decisions to make, like right now, coming up on the draft. Because when
What
you
does
win
he do?
you win a championship with these young guys. Okay, SGA, Chet, and J Dub, I believe, are all extension eligible. This right now. So you gotta find a way to give them their bag. Okay, if I'm Sam Presti, he has 3 picks in this draft. I think 2 of them are in the first round, if I'm not mistaken. All 3 might be in the first round. I heard he's trying to move up. So my question is the conversation that I want to have with y'all. Y'all tell me how y'all feel. It's not like the Cavs when y'all won it in 2016, where it's like, oh yeah, you win it 9 times out of 10, you bring everybody back, right? Nah, this ain't the case. I believe that a guy like Jalen Williams off the bench, I believe a guy like Isaiah Joe, who's off the bench, is going to be traded. Here's why. And it's a great thing because they're going to do them a favor. They're going to trade them probably to a place where they could go and most likely be starters in this league, right? And Sam's trade them to a situation where they could, because they got their chip. Now it's time for them to get their bag. They're not going to be able, everybody's not going to be able to get their bag at OKC. So now you do them a favor, you trade them away like Danny Ainge did me in 2011, right? He traded me to a situation where as soon as I got there, I didn't play one fucking game. I was coming off an ACL injury, a slight meniscus, strained MCL, and they walk in the room and say, hey, we got 4 year, $36 million for you. And I was 2 weeks away from playing. Danny Ainge actually did me a favor. Like, we know they want you. We're going to trade you. I believe Sam Presti is going to do right by those guys, and he could trade them and still get better in the draft.